Come on in, welcome to my home. Yes, we're going to take a little break from cleaning so that we can talk about something which might help your actual cleaning. What we're talking about is a home inventory. Now, before you click away and say, I don't need a home inventory, this is ridiculous, my stuff isn't really worth that much, I think you might be surprised. And how is this going to help you clean? Well, you're going to actually know what you are cleaning. A home inventory is quite simply a list of the things that you actually have in your home and their value. That's a simple home inventory. You can write this down on a sheet of paper, you could put it onto something and then put it in the cloud, but I do suggest that you have it in multiple places. One saved on the cloud, one saved someplace which isn't necessarily on site, or if it is on site, it needs to be in a fireproof container, simply because, yes, that's right, if your house actually does have some sort of damage, say fire or storm or something, your insurance company is going to want to know what you had. And then having a list of what you had is good. Having a list of what you had which includes pictures is even better. Having a list of what you have that includes pictures and also receipts is great. That's fantastic. But we can take this further to make your life really simple. Now, there are lots and lots of different apps that will let you do home inventories. If you want to see me test out some of those home inventory apps, let me know. But I want to do this so that you yourself can do this however you want. You don't need to have an app for this because the information which you're going to want to keep becomes the same for like almost every item. The things that you're going to want to know is, well, you're going to want to know the name of the item. Okay, that's simple. And you could do this in a spreadsheet, quite simply. Then you're going to want to know, hopefully, when you got it. That'd be cool. Where you got it from. That would be great. Then you could know the things like the price of it, and the condition that it's in. That's also something really good. Now you can go really deep into this and do what I've done with my home inventory, because my home inventory has the item, where it is, what I got it, when I got it, the price if I know the price of it, the condition that it's in, who I got it from if it was a gift. I have serial numbers, also model numbers, because the reason this whole thing came up was I needed to find out about my dishwasher because it had broken. But to find a replacement part, I needed to know the serial number and the model number of my dishwasher, and I had to keep running back and forth, and it was just a mess. But this way, I can keep track of all these things in one spot, and mine is saved on a Google document. So I have my phone, which has my Google Docs on, which has my Google spreadsheet on there. So yeah, I can just check that out. And the other thing is, I have everything on there. Of course you knew I had everything on there. So I have clothes, I have food, I have all of the stuff which I could possibly want to know. Is this a new thing? Yes. Yes, this is. I didn't always do this, and I'm finding out that I really wish that I had, because it took me 4 weeks to get everything in my house onto my new home inventory. Why is that so important? Because everything in my house is on my Google inventory. I have everything from the lamps to the plants to clothing, and it was just simply just taking a picture of it and then actually, like writing the stuff down. In fact, you could even really could do this, you could even do your home inventory using just your camera and putting all of the information that you need about your item into the description of the picture. Yeah, and then once of course it's saved up into the cloud, you could always even print out a picture of it. I mean, there are so many different ways that you can do this, and they're so easy to do. All it has to do is like you either write down the list, or I would say take the picture part is easier. Print it out if you want, you don't have to, but I do think that it would be easier just in case there comes a point where you can't get a hold of those sort of things, like, your access to your accounts and that sort of stuff. You would have a physical document that you can then say to the insurance company, here you go, this is what I have. But let's talk about the more practical point of this. Have you ever purchased something and then you get it home and you realize that you already had it? I've done that. I've done that more times than I care to admit to. If you have a document which has those things, you can find out if you had it by simply doing a search. Yeah, it's that simple. And if you have the document so that it has a picture, you can also match things. You can see if something's going to go together. You can also see how big things are, because one of the things which I am finding out that I need to add in there are sizes. Not just like, shirt size, but how big is my sofa? How big is my dining room table? How big are the chairs? Because the more information that I have, when I'm out someplace, I have all of that information. It can be saved somewhere, and this is going to take a ton of time. I am not going to lie to you. This takes a lot of time, and the cool part about this, if you do this while you're cleaning, it saves everybody a lot of time, because as you're dusting things, as you're moving things, take a picture of it, get all of your information that you possibly get, do it right then and there. Don't wait. Oh, I've made that mistake. Don't wait. Do it right then and there, and then move on. You could go by room, you could go by item. Just go through and make in a system that makes sense for you and create your home inventory. You will thank me for this later. You can also even put on your groceries on there. You could. I don't do that one. I have a whole different system for that. If you want to know about my whole pantry grocery system, let me know down in the comments. But you could put everything in your house so that way you know what you have. If you ever had a tragic event where you had to replace it, you could replace it. But thinking in happier things, you know how I like to switch out my house? I now have pictures of everything, all of the decorative items that I have, so when I go looking for them or deciding I want to put up whatever, I can go through those pictures and find it. And since I've broken it down, I can search for items. I can search for vases or bowls or cups or pictures or curtains or blankets or whatever, and by color. See? Isn't that cool? I can do all of those things just with this one home inventory. So it isn't all about something tragic or lost. Sometimes it is just about making your life easier. Well, let me know down in the comments if you've ever tried a home inventory, or if there's a home inventory app that you love. I would love to hear your thoughts on having a home inventory, and I hope I get to see you the next time you stop by.